Hey, have you ever wondered how these abstract art are made? Well, they are not difficult. Stay tuned to this video to find out more. Hi, so for this project, you will need, these are the following materials that's required. Firstly, the most important material would be the alcohol inks. So generally, if you have seen tutorials on YouTube, they would recommend brands like Holtz, okay, and Pinatas. Yeah, so these are very readily available in craft stores in the States, but if you're in Singapore, these are quite hard to come by, so I would suggest you get the Copic marker inks refills. These you can get them from art stores like Straits. I think Straits, oh no, Straits doesn't have it. Example, Art Friend, you have to request from the cashier. And these are slightly cheaper. So Copic, it's more expensive. You can get the touch refills from Shinhan Art, which is much cheaper. Okay. I also got this blender, colorless blender from Copic. This is to dilute the ink. I would think that any other alcohol preparation would be sufficient, but I'm not sure what's the percentage of alcohol here. It doesn't say here what's the percentage of alcohol. Yeah, you may want to try. Let's say you're rubbing alcohol, things like that you can find from your drugstores. And for the media, I'll be trying out 3 types of media. This is the glossy paper, resin coated premium glossy photo paper from Daiso. It's an inkjet printer paper. This one is supposed to be used for printing of your photographs, but because there's a glossy layer, so I think it might work. And this is the handicraft plastic board. I think it's a shrink craft material. Yeah, so I read that it might work too, so let's try this. And what we have here is this polypropylene synthetic paper. So synthetic paper has been the gold standard for alcohol ink art, and most of the tutorials will use YUPO paper. I can't seem to find a more retail use size in Singapore. So I will be testing this one that I bought from Japan at Pigment when I was in Japan a year back. You may also want to have a tray, a porcelain container for mixing of your colors, or for you to contain these diluents. A paintbrush, synthetic paintbrush, some cleaning material. This is the heat gun or hairdryer. This is to push the ink out so that you do create some of these patterns. Some people use compressed air. Oh yeah, just another caution. It's pretty staining, so just be careful. So please make sure that you cover the surface if you don't want to dirty your surface. So yeah, let's do this. Okay, so let's drop a little bit. Gonna add a little bit of the blender. Ooh, okay, and then just use your heat gun. I don't think people use brush this way. So what they usually do is, I think I've seen people done it, is you just dot a small amount. Something like that. So they have these little interesting patterns. Dry to see the final effect. the polypropylene synthetic paper. I haven't been able to achieve this with the other one, which is the resin. Oh, I'm so amazed. Okay. So now we're going to try with the shrink plastic. This is the white color shrink plastic whiteboard from Daiso. It's supposed to be shrinked with hot air, or you can actually shrink it in the toaster oven. So I will not be using the heat gun because this is how I shrink my shrink plastic. So if you take it out, there are two sides. This is the I think the shiny side, and this is something a little bit more textured. So we're going to try out the textures. This is it. Okay, if you like to remove the stain, right, I would suggest you use a very cheap rubbing alcohol. Yeah, and give it a good rub. Okay, so let's compare our results, the art that we have made with all the different paper medium. So this is with the synthetic paper, and this is with the shrink plastic. I would think the effect is pretty similar from shrink plastic to the synthetic paper. But as for the resin coated paper and photo paper, the difference is quite stark, because you do get these cells, these crispy edges, but on your photo paper, because I guess the resin doesn't really prevent, it's still paper underneath, the resin layer doesn't really prevent the ink from seeping through. So there's some seepage and the inks actually went within the paper. But I do like the effect because it's very soft compared to this one, which is you know, more chaotic. So if you have enjoyed the video and you have learned something from it, please like it, and I hope you can also subscribe to my channel. So if you are into DIY, if into new exciting craft material, art material, then yeah, please join our community. So I thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.